Good day, ladies and gentlemen. Today I'm bringing the topic of addiction as a non-curable disease to your attention. I plan to explore addiction versus habit, signs and symptoms of addiction, the biological, psychological, and social components of addiction, and what a person needs to do to address an addiction problem. An addiction and a habit are alike, something like cousins twice removed. As a human being, you are naturally a creature of habit. You have a favorite coffee shop? Favorite store? Why are they your favorite? Like the products they sell? Maybe your crush works there. Whatever draws you towards that place will produce and release the pleasure chemical in your brain called dopamine. This chemical gives you good feelings, telling you that you like the taste of the French roast coffee, or seeing that cute blonde at the sports store. There is nothing in this behavior that is out of the ordinary. However, when a habit turns into an addiction, it's a lethal force to be reckoned with. Habits do not necessarily have a negative effect on our lives. An addiction, however, will have a detrimental effect on one of the, or all three key areas of our lives. That is our health, our jobs, schooling, and our relationships. Ways to identify an addiction are to observe behavioral changes in the person that are of a concern, noting that the person is not aware of them. This might be drinking more, gambling more, eating more, etc. There may be changes in friends who do not seem to be in the person's best interest. The person may avoid family and old friends, perhaps being unnecessarily critical of them. Abstinence and or job, school loss among with financial difficulties may be happening. Signs of an addiction vary, but one thing is certain: if you do not feel good about what is going on in your friend's life, there is something not right and something will need to be done. We are dealing with a biopsychosocial illness. All three components need to be addressed. Biologically, there is a chemical change in the addicted person's brain. Whether this is a result of abusive chemicals altering the natural pathways of the brain, or the person was born this way, is highly debatable. But what is not debatable is the addictive person responds differently to drug use than a non-addictive person. A highly intelligent, responsible person after work goes to the bar and has a drink. The next night, he has the same intention but keeps drinking until the place closes. A food addict knows if they overindulge, they will have heartburn, indigestion, and feel like a failure, but eat anyways. The gambler knows if they walk into a casino, they will walk out broke. This is why I believe addiction is a non-curable. Addiction is non-curable. The brain has been altered, and abstinence is the only way out. No controlled drinking or drugging plan will work. Only total abstinence from alcohol and drugs, casinos, and refined sugar. In other words, total avoidance of what got us here in the first place. Psychologically, the addictive person changes and deteriorates. Mood shifts, anger issues, lying, perhaps stealing. Procrastination, poor hygiene, and low self-esteem can all develop. It should be noted that the addict can develop a big ego that presents as if he is fine and the rest of the world is out of line. The addict appears not to care if they hurt themselves or others. Socially, there can be dramatic changes in friends and environment. The addict cannot be with people, has to be with people like themselves. They cannot be with people who hold a cracked mirror up to them. This would be old friends and family who are doing well as the addict spirals out of control. This new lifestyle will come with loss of morals and finds old friends gone and family stressed out. The family needs to get help. They, like their addict, cannot solve this themselves. If they could, there would have been no problem in the first place. They try and try again to present reasons to the addict. This always fails because an addiction is not logical, therefore it will not respond to reason. Without help, the addict's way of living revolves around using and finding the ways and the tools to get more drugs. Addiction is primary, progressive, chronic, and fatal illness. What is help needed? A holistic approach is the key. The first biological effect must be dealt with. Short-term withdrawal to rid the body of drugs presently in the system. Long-term or post-acute withdrawal, perhaps 12 to 18 months, for the body to adjust to the years of abuse. During this time, the person will be on an emotional roller coaster. Proper diet, exercise, and support groups are essential. They will need to understand that memory loss, sleeping problems, eating habits are all part of this process and they are not crazy. Without education on this crucial stage, they will think they can't get better. And if they think they can't get better, well, they will drink, drug, and use. Treatment, counseling, and active attendance to self-help such as AA and NA have been proven for over 60 years to be the best plan of recovery. In closing, I say that what causes addiction is not the problem. What is most important is that it must be addressed. The 3C's approach is the way to recovery. We didn't cause it, we can't control it, we can't cure it. What we can do is arrest it. You will need help, so get it. For those who still think they can do it on their own, remember, the result of your best thinking got you where you are today. Thank you.